Plenty of clouds with wet snow showers on Thursday with some rain and sleet still possible. Good Wednesday night, East Tennessee. David Aldrich, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, you can see from the Ultimate Doppler radar presented by Madlock Tire Service and Auto Repair that we have a couple of sprinkles there in Campbell County, perhaps into Morgan County, but it's showing up as light rain. As it gets colder, it could change over. We're seeing reinforcements coming in from Cookeville, from the west, even down towards Soddy Daisy. So we're going to see a couple of showers increase tonight, but the bulk of the snow up in New England with rain moving across the I-95 corridor up from D.C. into New York and Philadelphia and up toward Boston. But that's how this system looks. If you look at the damage reports, quite a bit of snow reports, quite a few, across Arkansas, where they had 12 inches of snow. In Van Buren, Arkansas, that's not fair. That's snow envy. That's snow envy. And up here toward maybe Missouri, they had, 9 inches of snow. That's all. Just 9. It was just 9. What's 9 inches among friends? Certainly if you like snow, you probably like to see that. But I do see a couple of damage reports here. Looks like a 69-mile-an-hour gust at Cove Mountain Tower. And it looks like Camp Creek Elementary had a 57-mile-an-hour gust. So this is why they had the high wind warning in the higher elevations. We picked up 0.83 inches of rain this morning in Oak Ridge, Anderson County. Knoxville, 0.68. Some of us had more, some of us had less. Crossville, almost 0.8 of an inch. Now, the question is, was this a nor'easter? The answer is no, and there's a reason why. The strongest winds were coming up from the south and west. In fact, we'll still have southwest winds tomorrow. So this is not technically a nor'easter by true definition. But if we change the view like this, now the key point is the strongest winds here, follow the white arrow, is northeast. So this is a nor'easter. It's characterized by the strongest winds coming from the northeast. So the low pressure is connected to the southern jet stream, and it rolls up the east coast like so. But this is a nor'easter. What we just experienced was not. Now, the peak wind gust today, Knoxville, McGee, Tyson, I was expecting the strongest winds from 10 to 2. And in many cases, at least until maybe middle of the afternoon, that was true. We had a 38-mile-an-hour gust when it was raining while I was doing Facebook Live this morning at 6:42. 42 miles an hour came out of nowhere, right, at 12:28. And then at 44 miles per hour at 3:44, we had another burst of wind, which actually was the strongest for the day. Now, La Follette, to be fair, had 47 miles per hour. That occurred at 12:10 this afternoon. And Crossville, 37. Oak Ridge, Sevierville, Morristown, 33. And I know Oak Ridge's peak gust of 33 came at 1:38 this afternoon. So most of us, not all cases, was generally in the middle of the day. 62 degrees was our high temperature today. 38 to start. I was expecting 61. And that's pretty much where Maryville was. But it was 60 in Oak Ridge today and 62 here in Knoxville. But there was a 66 in Sevierville and 64 in Morristown. Compare and contrast further west, was only 53 in Crossville. And it was a lot colder in Memphis at 46 and 48 in Jackson, Tennessee today. Now, it's still breezy here at 8 o'clock. We have a sustained wind at 17. It's not like it's calm, but it's not as gnarly as it was earlier in the day. Lots of clouds. We'll call it a mostly cloudy sky, and it's drippy in some spots as we head through the night. Rain to wet snow showers tonight. Wet snow showers on Thursday. I'm going to show you my snow map. And it's going to be dry on Friday and Saturday. Now, when we're talking about precipitation chances, it doesn't always go from rain to snow just like that. There's usually a little bit of a transition, and it may be a few icy pellets or sleet that could be worked in as well based on the wedge of warm air. But the snow forecast that I'm putting forth later tonight through 2 o'clock Thursday, because after 2, it should start to wane. It should start to fade away. And when you're talking 0 to flurries, you might say, well, it never got started. It never got started in Maryville, Kodak, or Loudon. That's probably true. But if you're up toward the plateau, 0 to a half inch in spots, these are snow showers. This is not a snowstorm. Half inch to an inch in the higher elevations of Kentucky, Black Mountain, Harlan County, half inch to an inch plus, maybe a half inch to an inch around Cosby, Gatlinburg, and toward maybe Klingman's Dome. But again, I can show you some Exhibit A, B's, and C's, which I'll do, because you like to see this. If you crave weather data, you're like, what's the model showing? Well, I can show you. I've told you what I think. If you want to see the difference, there's a big difference, I think, between what falls and what sticks, because the temperatures are going to be in the mid-30s, maybe even upper 30s for a good chunk of tomorrow. So even though it says 0.4 in Knoxville, I don't think that's what you're going to wake up with, or finish the day with. It's also when it's at a higher sun angle during the day. Snowfall data, Exhibit B, doesn't show much of anything at all in the valley. So Maryville, Kingston, Athens, on this particular slide would suggest we get nothing. and maybe an inch falls between Oneida and Jamestown, but I wouldn't expect a whole lot. Here's Exhibit C. Maybe we split the difference. This one suggests a little bit of flakes around Maryville and Tellico Plains, but again, I think the time of day is really not going to bode well, given the fact that we're in the mid-30s and it's during most of the falling is during the daylight hours. So Futurecast looks like this. You can see a little bit of mixing there in pink. This is 9 p.m. tonight. Let me advance to 11. You tell me at what point you think this is really, really aggressive. How about 1 in the morning? No, not a whole lot. Maybe a 20% chance. 3 a.m.? Oh, not a whole lot here. In fact, I look at Jamestown. Look, a few specks of snow there. Jamestown, Fentress County, Oneida. Oh, it's really coming down hard now. Not Knoxville. No, it's not. Maybe a few snow squalls or showers up toward the plateau, but that's where the focal point at 7 a.m. tomorrow. If you're traveling on I-75, certainly you're going to want to be aware of what could fall. Bell County, maybe a few flakes for you at that hour. 8 o'clock, and then we move into 9 o'clock, and we're basically winding down here pretty soon. Here at 10 a.m., now it's changing over to green around Clinton, around Oak Ridge, and with 38 degrees, what do you think is actually going to stick? Not a whole lot. I see some raindrops. Oh, they have raindrops, right? We finished the day around 42 degrees, and most of it's gone by 2 p.m., if not sooner, as it moves in from west to east. Now, Friday looks good, partly cloudy, but we start off in the mid-20s. We'll finish the day Friday around 42 as well. So that's how things are playing out on the Futurecast, at least in the short term. And I think Friday's a pretty decent day, as will Saturday be, because we'll find lots of sunshine heading into that time frame. Now, this is the bigger picture. Important to see this. Notice how the flakes, 11 o'clock tonight, kind of take the resemblance of the horseshoe. Ooh, the dreaded horseshoe. Oh, and 7:15, I see a few raindrops in Knoxville. And then look at that, and then it's gone. Oh, I'm heartbroken. Is this the way winter's going to be? No, of course not. There's more opportunities, as my premium members are well aware. I've already spotted when I think we're going to see our next round of snow. And it may be a lot more impressive than what you're seeing in the modeling for tomorrow. But the rain, as you can see, is going to come in, I think, on Sunday, if not Saturday night. Now, here's the battle, right? The colder air from the Dakotas trying to move down toward Tennessee. This takes us right through Groundhog Day and the 4th of February. So there will be a battle, but if we get a southern storm that follows the temperature gradient, the temperature difference, we could have an interesting event. And wouldn't you like to know about it? Is it worth 16 cents to you? Because that's all it is per day. $4.99 a month, cancel anytime. You could be part of my premium service. I've got some happy premium members over there now, and I'm very happy to have them. They're like family. We go out to lunch. We do all sorts of things with these Tennessee spotlights. By the way, wet weather is also going to continue. So if you've got colder air intruding, and we've got some wet weather in place, you've got the makings for a very interesting February. Oh, yes. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Tonight we're down to 34. Rain to wet snow, showers, maybe even some sleet, 5 to 15 mile an hour winds. They'll slow down a wee bit overnight tonight. We head into tonight, we're down to 32 La Follette, 31 in Oneida. So even if it's snowing and it's 32, that's a wet snow. It's a wet snow that might take a while before it starts sticking. Thursday, 42 tomorrow, clouds and wet snow and rain showers. And I've got 25 to 30 mile an hour gusts. So my text there flew off the page. But Thursday, look for a high of 40 in Morristown, 40 in White Pine and Talbot, 41 in Maryville, Alcoa, 41 in Oak Ridge and Clinton, and 38 in Wartburg tomorrow. Now, here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville and East Tennessee. 42 on Friday, 54 on Saturday, and then we got mid-50s. Monday and Tuesday it goes very rainy. Oh, my goodness. And then, right off the page, on the Thursday of next week, that's Groundhog Day. I love Groundhog Day. Don't you? Don't you love Puxatawny Phil? Aren't you curious what he's going to think or say? Because I'm sure you probably have an idea, but I will let you know what to expect in the short term. By the way, if you haven't picked up my Captain Accurate Weather app, that part is free. It's always been free. Thanks to our friends at Pete Michaels Traffic. You can get his traffic reports 24/7. Love it. Just search Captain Accurate at the App Store and Google Play. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.